Hey up, sun's out, means it's barbecue time. Today we are making an absolute legend of a barbecue snack. I call it a snack because it's in little bite-sized morsels basically. These are popularly called pork belly burnt ends. So a bit like the proper true burnt ends from a brisket, what you're getting is little chunks of meat, and for this recipe we're using pork belly, and all we're going to do is chop it up, season it, get it on the smoker, put a bit of sauce and honey and sugar and butter and stuff, all things nice on it, and then in about 4 hours time these are going to be absolutely banging. So the first thing to do is to get all these little bits of pork belly. I've just bought these from the supermarket, to be fair. What you don't want is the fat, the skin on top of them, because that's not going to cook that well on a low heat on a smoker. So if you've got it with the fat on, take the fat off, take the skin off. I bought it without the skin, which makes it life a bit easier, which is what we all want, isn't it? So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try and cut these up into little chunks. I don't know, about an inch square, an inch and a half, whatever. There's no real strictness on the sizes, but we're just going to cut these up into little chunks, as even as possible, and then put them to one side. Alright, so once we've chopped all the bits of pork belly up, we're going to apply a standard barbecue rub to them. So this is one that I just make up myself really, and I just keep adding to it. If it's running low, just chuck some more bits in. Don't ask me what's in it, because I ain't got the foggiest, but it smells nice and it always does well on the barbecue, so we'll be using this. Right, once they've all been rubbed, I'm just going to stick them onto a grill tray to make it easier to take them outside and get them onto the smoker. So I've set the smoker up using the Weber charcoal briquettes to give us a bit of a snake method. So this is going to give us a long and consistent cook. If I can fit these bad boys on, it's going to give us a long and consistent cook for the amount of time these guys want. We're probably aiming for about 3 hours on here, consistent temperature of about 230, 240, something like that. Yeah, so we're going to shut the lid on these now. Probably going to end up being about 3 hours in there. I'm going to get a probe to stick in one of the chunkiest bits of meat in a minute, just so I can check the temperature of them. Monitor temperature at Weber. We want it keeping it around about between 220 and 250 tops really. If it's pork, so it's quite forgiving. But yeah, keep an eye on that. Come back in a bit. Right, so these pork belly burnt ends have been on for a couple of hours now. Let's have a look at how they're doing. Oh yes, they are looking mighty fine indeed. Nice bit of colour on them, smell absolutely fantastic. Give them another hour, should be about right. Yeah, so they're looking pretty darn good. They're looking about right then, so yeah, we'll get them off, get them inside and finish the job. Look at these bad boys. Woo. Right, so all I'm going to do now is get them into this pan off this tray. Right, so once they're all in the tray, all we need to do is add a bit of butter. So I'm going to get a couple of reasonable sized slabs of butter. Well, one extra for good measure. And then a bit of barbecue sauce. Doesn't really matter what type. You go for whichever whichever you like best. There we go. And then the recipe actually calls for some sugar, brown sugar, but I don't actually have any brown sugar, so yeah. I found some light muscovado sugar, so we'll use a bit of that. Get a teaspoon. Fly. So we're just going to chuck a couple of spoonfuls of the sugar over it all. Should do the trick nicely. I'm going to get some foil, cover the top. And at this point, what you're going to do is pull them back onto the smoker. But, full disclosure, I've run out of time. I need to use the Weber for something else that I'm wanting to cook today. So these are going to go into the oven. Now, might seem like cheating, but they've taken on all the smoke they're going to get. They're covered in foil now anyway, so they're not going to take on any more smoke. So finishing them off in the oven at the right temperature is going to keep it consistent. I need them to be done in the next sort of like hour or so, so I need to get cracking on that. They're in the oven, they'll be absolutely fine. Alexa, 1 hour timer. There we go. Right guys, the pork belly burnt ends have been in the oven for the last little cheaty bit of this cooking process, which is bang on about time for when we needed to be off out, so perfect timing. I'm going to take them out now, see what they look like. Oh yeah, they look good. Pop these on here and bring you guys in for a closer look. Alright, there we go, look at them. They look good, Dev? Yeah, seal of approval. So I'll wrap these up now, get them down to a party, and oh go on then, I might just have to pinch a little one. Get that, yeah, that is good. That is hot. Probably should have waited. Probably should have waited a few minutes before reaching in there and grabbing one, but yeah, they're bang on, perfect every time. I tell you, the must-try recipe: pork belly burnt ends. Don't forget, if you like the video, please subscribe. If you didn't like the video, put in the comments what I did wrong. I'll try and do better next time. I want you to subscribe. Cheers, guys. See ya.